Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I wish all of you good health. Let's start today's video. Introduction. Do you know that some of the foods you eat every day could be slowly poisoning you and your loved ones? Even seemingly healthy foods can contain hidden toxins that can make you seriously ill or even kill you. Welcome to the Natural Cures channel. Today we're going to talk about something really important. The shocking truth about 10 common foods you need to stop eating right now before it's too late. I know that sounds scary, but don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll be empowered with the knowledge to make healthier choices and protect yourself and your loved ones. So get ready to take some notes, and let's get started on our journey to better health together. 1. Apple seeds. First on our list is something you might not expect: apple seeds. We've all heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. While apples are indeed very healthy, their seeds contain a compound called amygdalin that breaks down into cyanide in your gut. Cyanide is a fast-acting poison that prevents your blood from carrying oxygen, leading to hypoxemia and potentially death. That bitter taste you notice in apple seeds, that's the cyanide. Now, your body can handle small amounts of cyanide, but it's still best to avoid eating the seeds altogether. Simply remove them before eating your apple or spit them out. 2. Pufferfish. Next up is pufferfish, also known as fugu. This is considered a delicacy in some parts of the world, especially in Japan. But if it's not prepared exactly right by a highly trained chef, eating pufferfish can be deadly. The ovaries, liver, and intestines of pufferfish contain tetrodotoxin, an extremely potent neurotoxin that's up to 1,200 times more deadly than cyanide. Tetrodotoxin paralyzes the nervous system and shuts down the respiratory muscles, essentially causing you to drown on dry land. In Japan, fugu chefs undergo at least 2 to 3 years of intensive training before getting licensed to prepare the fish. Even then, several people still die each year from eating incorrectly prepared fugu. It's simply not worth the risk. Avoid pufferfish entirely, no matter how adventurous an eater you are. 3. Rhubarb leaves. Rhubarb is a popular ingredient in pies, tarts, and jams. While the stalks are perfectly safe and delicious, the leaves are actually poisonous. Rhubarb leaves contain high levels of oxalic acid, a corrosive substance that can lead to kidney failure, coma, and even death in high enough doses. During World War I, there were cases of people being poisoned and even dying from eating rhubarb leaves, mistakenly recommended as a food source. So, always remove and discard the leaves when preparing rhubarb. Wash the stalks thoroughly before cooking, and enjoy rhubarb desserts in moderation as part of a balanced diet. 4. Unripe elderberries. Elderberries have gained popularity as a natural remedy for colds and flu. While ripe and cooked elderberries have antiviral and immune-boosting properties, the rest of the elderberry plant, the leaves, twigs, roots, and unripe berries, are toxic. They contain bitter alkaloids that produce cyanide. If the berries are unripe or improperly prepared, they can cause severe nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Only consume elderberry products from trusted commercial sources. Never try to make your own elderberry remedies from the raw plant. Leave it to the experts to ensure proper ripeness and preparation. 5. Undercooked kidney beans. Beans are an excellent source of plant-based protein and fiber. However, many beans, especially red kidney beans, can cause severe digestive upset if they're undercooked. Kidney beans contain a protein called phytohemagglutinin, PHA, which can cause extreme nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and diarrhea within hours. Boiling the beans briefly at a low temperature actually makes the PHA more potent. According to the FDA, you need to boil kidney beans for a full 10 minutes to destroy the PHA. Canned kidney beans are pre-cooked and safe to eat. If you're preparing dried kidney beans, soak them for at least 5 hours, discard the water, then boil rapidly for 10 minutes before reducing to a simmer until tender. 6. Castor beans. Castor oil has long been used as a natural laxative to relieve constipation. What many people don't realize is that the same castor beans used to make the oil contain one of the deadliest poisons on earth, ricin. Ricin is so potent that just a tiny amount the size of a grain of salt can kill an adult. It works by inhibiting protein synthesis in cells, leading to organ failure, seizures, and death within days. Ricin was notoriously featured as a murder weapon in the TV show Breaking Bad. The ricin is deactivated by heat during the castor oil extraction process, so the oil itself is safe for consumption or topical use. But never attempt to make castor oil at home from the raw beans. If you have a castor bean plant, keep it away from kids and pets. 7. Unripe lychees. Lychees are a delicious tropical fruit full of vitamin C, antioxidants, and beneficial nutrients. However, eating unripe lychees, especially on an empty stomach, can have devastating consequences. In northern India, hundreds of malnourished children were dying every spring from a mysterious illness. They would wake up screaming, have seizures, and fall into comas. Nearly half would die, the rest left with permanent brain damage. The cause was unripe lychees containing a toxin called hypoglycin A. This toxin caused their blood sugar to plummet and triggered acute brain swelling. Since this discovery, parents have been warned not to let kids eat unripe lychees. The fruit should be allowed to ripen fully to red or pink before consuming. Lychees are safe and healthy to eat when ripe. 8. Nutmeg. Nutmeg is a delicious spice that adds warmth and depth to sweet and savoury dishes. In small amounts, it's perfectly safe. However, consuming as little as 2 teaspoons of nutmeg can lead to nutmeg poisoning. Nutmeg contains a compound called myristicin, which is a psychoactive substance. In high doses, it can cause hallucinations, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, irregular heartbeat, and organ failure. Some people have tried to use nutmeg to get high, but it is not at all pleasant or safe. The side effects are extremely unpleasant, and there is no antidote for nutmeg poisoning. In normal culinary amounts, nutmeg is delightful. The toxic dose is much higher than any recipe would call for. Just be aware of the potential for misuse, especially among teens and young adults looking for a cheap legal high. 9. Green potatoes. Potatoes are a nutritious, versatile staple food. However, if you notice your potatoes have a greenish tint or start sprouting eyes, steer clear. Green potatoes and sprouts contain a nerve toxin called solanine. Ingesting too much solanine can cause vomiting, diarrhea, fever, jaundice, cardiac dysrhythmia, nightmares, hallucinations, loss of sensation, paralysis, and even death. Solanine is the potato's natural defense against insects, disease, and herbivores. The green color comes from chlorophyll, which itself is harmless but indicates the presence of solanine. To minimize solanine, store potatoes in a cool, dark place. Cut away any green spots or sprouts before cooking and eating. Discard potatoes that are mostly green. Solanine levels are highest in the sprouts, flowers, and leaves, so never eat those. 10. Raw cashews. You've probably seen raw cashews sold in stores and assumed they were safe to munch on straight out of the bag. But those raw cashews have actually been heat-treated to remove a toxic substance called urushiol. Urushiol is the same compound that causes the itchy, blistering rash from poison ivy and poison oak. Consuming truly raw cashews can cause a severe allergic reaction, including difficulty breathing and even anaphylaxis. Cashews are in the same plant family as poison ivy, mangoes, and pistachios. People who are extremely sensitive to urushiol may have reactions even to heat-treated cashews. For most people, commercially sold raw cashews are perfectly safe. If you have an opportunity to see cashews growing in the wild, admire them from afar. Never try to shell and eat wild cashews. Conclusion. I hope this information empowers you to make safer, healthier food choices. Remember, the dose makes the poison, so eat a varied diet in moderation. If you have any questions or concerns, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. Thank you so much for watching. Together we can spread the word and potentially save lives. Stay happy and healthy.
If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with your friends and family who need this information. Please subscribe to our channel for more insightful health tips and updates. Your support is important for us to continue providing valuable content. You can also show appreciation and support for our work by clicking the join and thanks buttons below the video with a small token. Your journey to better health is a shared one, and together we can uplift each other towards wellness and a life full of movement and joy. Remember, your body is capable of remarkable healing, given the chance and the right support. Treat it with care, patience, and love. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.